Welcome to JJ's Trail Review. Today I am riding the 9 Mile Creek Regional Trail, starting in Hopkins and zigzagging along the creek through Hopkins and Edina, and joining the city trails through Richfield, past the Mall of America, and ending up at the Minnesota Valley Wildlife Center in Bloomington. The ride was 15 miles, took about an hour and 15 minutes, and had moderate elevation change. The trail starts in Hopkins, just off of 11th Avenue. It's just south of downtown, and it's not far from the intersections with the Lake Minnetonka Regional Trail and also the Cedar Lake Trail. It zigzags around quite a bit. It's fairly easy to stay on the main trail by always following the one with the yellow line in the middle. There are also markings, signs in quite a few places that will say Regional Trail and show where it goes. Most of it is right along the creek for the first half or so, and then in Edina, Richfield and Bloomington, it's more city trail feel. This is one spot that's not quite done yet, so it does go on the sidewalk. This is before it crosses 169. Eventually there will be trail going under 169, but that's not completed yet. For now, it crosses on Brent Road. Right after 169, it's back onto the trail. And this is where it really gets cool. It doesn't take long before you are on the boardwalks. These boardwalks are elevated over much of the creek or the creek bed. I also find it amazing how much green space we have in the Twin Cities. They just link together park after park. The boardwalks are also really well built. You don't hear much of a rumble at all from my tires. I think that was a new rider on an e-bike there. That was crossing Gleason Road. Back onto the boardwalks. There are close to 2 miles of boardwalks on this ride, and there's actually an intersection here. This goes over Crosstown. Now this is a roundabout on Tracy Avenue. This is a bit of a climb out of the riverbed. The tunnel went under 70th Street in Edina, and then it's kind of a cloverleaf exit. Will bring us up onto 70th Street. by the headquarters of Regis in Edina, and this is crossing Highway 100. Still more parks sprawling along the creek in Edina. On your left. Good job, buddy. You're doing great. This is getting into the France Avenue area, the retail district of Edina. This is probably the busiest at-grade crossing in many of the streets that this trail crosses. This is the Centennial Lakes area in Edina. There are a bunch of city trails here that hook together. You need to pay close attention to make sure and stay on the regional trail through this area. I think that was Xerxes Avenue that we just went under. And then you also need to watch the signs. Again, stay on the trail with the yellow lines in the middle. This is now getting on the Edina-Richfield border. And at this point, it's mostly following 75th Street, so there are crossings every block. There are driveways and alleys. Still a nice trail, but not like the first half. Crossing Penn Avenue. And this is the sound wall for 35W. Follows that for a block, and then it's up to 76th Street. There's a dedicated bike lane still. You don't have to ride on the sidewalk here. Definitely a busier traffic area. This is all still in Richfield. Going along 76th Street. And this is 12th Avenue. To stay on the 9 Mile Creek Trail, you have to go south on 12th Avenue. And that's just a few blocks. It brings you over 494. And this is really where it loses the feeling of a trail. This is American Boulevard, so we'll go east here. However, I was disappointed to find that it is just a sidewalk from this point on. It is still marked that it is the regional trail, but it's nothing more than a sidewalk along American Boulevard. This is Cedar Avenue. Past the Mall of America. get into no man's land in East Bloomington, some hotels near the airport, crossing the light rail line. And then it's a short ride up the hill, and this is basically the end. This is the Minnesota Valley Wildlife Center in Bloomington. Thank you for watching. Let me know if there's a trail you'd like me to review.